So 18 years old, who'd have thought of that? I mean, people ask us obviously over the last 18 years, what's been your favourite bit? What's been your highlight? You look at all these shows and you think, how do you choose? How do you choose? But are there a few things that really stick out for you?
Oh gosh, so many. Where to start? Okay, without choosing shows, I suppose as the person that books the venues and casts the shows, there's been a number of times where casting, Brian, Freddie, loads of people have come along, and I've been then whizzing around screaming with joy at casting. So that comes to mind, but also venues. So when you get a really exciting venue and seeing the audience's faces, so the Boeing 747, to be given that opportunity was amazing. But also the first time we had the Spiegel tent, seeing the wonderment in people's faces when they walked in the Spiegel tent was worth digging the truck out of the mud for.
Yeah, I mean, one of my highlights goes back to right near the beginning. I mean, I say near the beginning, it was sort of like 5 years in, but beginning of 2011, when we received our first Arts Council funding for that whole year's work. And it was, because still back then it was only you and I doing it. There was no staff, there was nobody else working with us. So it was just the two of us. So to be given that felt like a huge endorsement of the value that Guildford Shakespeare Company has. And then to be able to then go to the cast of Hamlet at that point and go, we can raise all your salaries, was just...
Noel fell off the chair.
Noel fell off his chair.
That was a highlight.
That was a highlight. Yeah, there you go. So that was that.
Very good. And also the impact that our outreach and education has, you know, the number of people that may go through the drama therapy and the response of their parents saying, you've changed my child's life, you've changed our family unit. And recently a letter from a young man who I taught 10 years ago in his teens, who his father in an old people's home had recently been part of our production of A Midsummer Night's Dream that we did in the home, Spirit of Youth, and the impact on his father in his ailing years, and that memory then created for this young man as well, and both of them having been touched by our education work in different ways at different times.
I mean, certainly 18 years ago, I never foresaw the impact that Guildford Shakespeare could have on people's lives the way it does. I mean, the emails, the letters that we get from families, where if you think that, it sounds odd to go, if Guildford Shakespeare Company didn't exist, then that wouldn't have happened. But it's true. Those programs didn't exist, or we didn't put them together. And that's thanks to our donors, our sponsors, sporters, and so on. But those changes, the power that drama, that theatre can have on people, on family units, on teachers, and so on. I mean, that's genuinely life-changing and hugely touching. I mean, it's an honour to do that sort of work. Or something else I didn't foresee 18 years ago was definitely being invited to go to New York and to get on board Queen Mary 2 and run around a ship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean doing Shakespeare guerrilla style, sort of pop-up Shakespeare in champagne bars and in dining rooms and things. But that was, I mean,
very special.
Who thought
very
that
good
would happen?
cocktails. Very good. And finally, just because it's fresh in our minds, I think to be honoured with Directors of the Year 2023 at the Institute of Directors for the Inclusivity, Diversity and Equality category was a huge honour, and also I hope encapsulates the work that we want to do and do in our community and make life better and more accessible for everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as this is our 18th birthday year, there may be even more highlights because we've got so many exciting things happening in our birthday year. Pride and Prejudice, and we have a new Sonnet Walks setting in Cranley, and
Romeo and Juliet's with a big community chorus and schools.
Probably could be our biggest project yet. Could
certainly feels like it at the moment.
Taking over Guildford High Street and all sorts of things happening, and it's going to be a very exciting year. We can't wait to share it with you.